won't, but feel it in your heart.
I'm going to commit to being more mindful of my children in every moment. I'm finishing up my bachelor's degree, I'm working full-time, and trying to run a house it's a lot. So there are
Can we
times
massage
when...
Jackie's?
Don't.
How many moments did she say she was going to do it? Did y'all hear? Every. Whew.
Yes.
What would be more mindful?
I want to be in the moment with them and listen to them and as much as possible.
Maybe a little bit more than I am today. It's progress.
And worry about, our stressors and our junk after they go to bed. And be more in the moment with them and listen to them. And because if you listen to them now, I've heard that they will listen, they will talk to me later, which is going to be very important. I don't want that teenager sneaking out of the house, So my goal and my commitment is just to be more mindful of them and be more in the moment with them each and every day.
I want to say one thing about when, because it's very important when we're talking about mindfulness that you kind of remember back that you have to give it to yourself first.
Yes.
Okay, so as we're thinking about being more mindful with our children, you're saying I'm going to be more mindful with me, and the loving and the caring and the compassionate, and when I talked about not being as reactive, and a mindful moment would be just aware that I'm being triggered, and give yourself the same love that you're thinking about giving that child, because you deserve it first, then you get it.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing I can do is probably try to live my values. Make sure everything I have on my side is balanced, and it should trickle down to everything else. Household, kids, work, and friendships, any relationship you have should be affected by your values. So that's what I'm committing to.
I guess the most I've got out of this was using that technique where you had us look down on ourselves and seeing ourselves and recognizing when I'm in that fear mode, because it's so easy to react and not take that breath. So maybe just like working on how I react and looking at the way I'm reacting and taking that breath and move into that other zone. I forgot what the name of it was, but love. Okay.
It's kind of the same thing, just catching myself, being more aware of before it seems like it happens so fast, so slowing down before I react.
Is it okay for grown-ups to take time out?
Yes.
Oh,
I
do that, Chuck.
some time out for my daughter.
In fact, you could say, you keep doing that, Mommy's taking a time out. Excellent.
One of the things that I got from this was the most important thing was to take the time when anything happens in my life to step back and think about what the options are and my reaction.
I'm actually learning to not yell too much at the kids. I'm working on this technique. A friend of mine who has 6 kids has done and practiced throughout her kids' life. Is that when they do something wrong, but I can do it, I think, because my kids are a little older, instead of yelling and screaming, just to remember what he's done wrong, and ground him the next time he wants to do anything, like to go to a game or something, which I've done before, and it really works effectively. And another thing I am truly working hard on is not to worry about what people say, because I grew up with my mom telling me, don't do this, don't do that, what are they going to say, what are they going to, and I'm totally doing the opposite with the kids. As long as I know what they're doing and it's the right thing, that's what it is.
Being honest with yourself and being self-aware is a huge undertaking and a huge journey. And so to support that, again, more of the shameless promotion, that is going to be one of the workshops that we'll be doing later in the year. We have 3 more, because when you say, and I've heard a number of you say how much you yell at your children, my immediate thought is, well, gosh, I wonder how much you yell at yourself. And some of you may be so hypercritical of yourself, and you're yelling at yourself, and you're saying all these really mean, terrible things that you would probably, unless you were in a rage, not say to anyone else. And so wouldn't it make sense that that would spill over into how you parent? So just for you that have been honest to say, I am a serious yeller, how are you talking to yourself? Anyone at this table?
I just want to say that I think it's really great that I'm not a parent, but I work with a lot of kids, and I think it's great that everybody that took the time to come and to learn more, to help parent better, because I work with children whose parents, I'm not going to get emotional, generally don't care what their kids are doing. They want to get them out of the house. They don't care if they're running the streets. You got little bitty kids running around getting in stuff. Their parents just don't care. So I appreciate that all y'all care enough about your kids that you're willing to take the time to come and learn more. And I'm going to take with me and listening to y'all with attention deficit, hyperactive kids. I had an experience yesterday. I had a friend of mine's 2 children for like 6 hours. Oh my God, I don't know how y'all do it. and I thought I was being so patient and so mindful, you know, and I'm like, okay, this is really getting on my nerves. I can't wait to take them home. But then I realized when the little girl said, I think Miss Karen's ready to get rid of us. I think we talked too much. I was like, okay, I'm finally starting to show that they're really getting on my nerves. I have most respect for y'all that deal with that all the time, because thank God I was able to take the children home. I was like, woo! But I'm going to try to be more mindful when I'm working with these kids that I need to be taking care of myself so that I can better serve what it is they need, because they get enough of the stress and the being annoyance to their parents from home, and I need to not show that with them when I have them.
I'm going to jump in. Does it make sense that every parent is going to get overwhelmed from time to time and need some respite? It's a 24-hour, 7 very demanding job. It's very important. So that's another reason to maybe connect with some others and do some trading. I'll take your ADHD kids for 2 hours if you'll take mine, and just have some respite. And what can you do during your respite? Nothing. You know what? There's not one person I believe in here does nothing. Because I bet when you're just sitting here, how many of you, your minds are busy? Yeah. So what would be some self-care things you could do? Kind of to pick on you, but to pick on you. But what does nothing look like?
No, the tub, the bubble.
Yeah, that is nothing. What is that called?
Self-care.
Yay! That is self-care. It's so important. I won't ask for a show of hands, but when's the last time y'all took a bubble bath? 20 years. Okay, perhaps she's overdue.
For me, it's just to start, and that is the whole self-care that kept being mentioned today. And I used to run, I used to do a lot more exercise, and I got away from it. But that's what brings me clarity, so that's where I need to start in order to get myself in alignment and bleed over, hopefully, to my family. So I've just got to take care of myself.
Yeah, because who's the common denominator in the parent-child relationship? You.
Yeah.
Would you? Oh.
Body language.
You always pick up the clue phone. You got to be more direct.
Well, by now, everybody knows that I'm Amy's mother. My name is Thelma, and so she has a brother, and it was a little stressful when they were growing up. 5
It's true.
Yes, you did. You fought. But I wished we had access to something like this when I was parenting 40 years ago. And because I was looking at the bottom one here on this mindful parenting. And this really hits home with me because I also tutored with some children that, well, my daughter was in therapy there, doing therapy for these children in this school that was very, like it was, the children had seen their parents killed in front of them and everything. So these children were, they need a lot of care. But anyway, a lot of the children in that school, they read like 2-3 years below their grade level. And so my daughter had said, Mom, would you like to get some ladies from the church and come and tutor with them? I loved that because I taught Sunday school and everything else. So I love being around children. And this really hit home with me. This one says, children receive attention. These are mindful parenting. And I pray that I gave my children enough attention and physical contact and whatever human work I had. I know I dearly love them. But back then it was a little difficult to be and give them enough attention because I had to work a lot and so I wasn't there. So maybe at times when they really needed me. So that's a kind of a shame on me. But anyway, seeing this this attention.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are we about shame today?
No, but it could be about quality instead of the quantity that she's talking about.
There was a lot of quality.
Right,
Yeah.
quality.
And so we support no regrets. Okay? Because what do regrets do? The anger is to the past. And where does our shame live? It lives in the past. And how amazing that you two are here today. And just so you know, they're also financial sponsors. So at the end, we'll be thanking, we receive so much corporate sponsorship, family, church sponsorship, that a lot of you are here with a partial scholarship, a full scholarship, and those of you that were able to pay full scholarship or full fee helped support the others that could not. And so, wow, no guilt, no regret, no shame. May it be gone now and forever. If only I had a magic wand.
It's like a butterfly, don't it?
Yes. Thank you.
But the one thing I wanted to say was, on the other side of that, where you see mindless parenting is what you deal with, is that children are so hungry for attention that they do anything and everything, a lot of negative stuff to get that attention. And so this is what I'm taking with me to continue any children I work with at church or wherever, to give them that attention they so desire. Maybe they're not getting it at home. So.
And see how it comes full circle from the mindfulness into her present and how much she's giving. So thank you. Thank you so much. I think Amy's dad wanted to talk.
What's this?
Oh.
Well, the way it is, to me, it's wonderful to be able just to be here. Because being 80 years old, what in the world do I need this type of training? But on the other hand, daughter said you need it because it said at least it's 62, so I'll drop myself down a couple of about 20 years. But I'm working right now. I'm going to learn, being the type of individual I am, I'm very strict, and I don't allow everything to be as for Amy. Everything has got to be right, and if you're wrong, I'm going to let you know about it, okay? However, don't let me get started. But however, the reason why I have to have this education, to rewrap my mind, when a child does something wrong, don't, get in the corner, take him off from going and get him out of the house, whatever. I've got to sit there, like baby said, and we're going to just, you have to be, this is a new type of training, but it's still the same discipline. You don't need to go through all this, get over here and do that, sit down, getting on my nerves, sit down, which I'm not that type of man, quote unquote. But yet still, you don't have to have that type of attitude. You can be more persuasive, and then the child will react to that. Well, mainly thing you got to do for that child is show him you care for him. Pick him up and let him, hold on to him, talk to him, play with him, just don't, but don't go out and throw the ball and hit him, Of course, Chase said, Our grandson, he had to put it in, because he was ducking from your mom.